The Washington Redskins are expected to announce today the team will retire its nickname. The decision comes 11 days after a naming rights sponsor, FedEx's public statement, asking for a change to the controversial moniker.
The Sports Business Daily Journal reports the new nickname will not be announced immediately because of trademark issues. They're still pending. A timeline for announcing a new name remains unclear. The city of Fargo is implementing the second phase of reopening today while continuing with a social distancing plan.
Some of the things you'll notice are City Hall doors will be open to the public. Capacity in City Commission chambers will be increased to 50%, and public meetings will resume in person. Fargo Public Library locations are also opening to the public.
The Minnesota Department of Health is loosening COVID-19 restrictions in long-term care facilities. The state closed all facilities to visitors about 4 months ago, but they recently started allowing window and outdoor visits with limitations. But there is now some better news for families.
New guidelines will allow an essential caregiver back inside the facility to visit loved ones. It can be a family member, a friend, or even a volunteer, and there can be more than one per family. Before these caregivers can come inside, they will have to be screened for symptoms and wear PPE.
It's just important to have that, face-to-face interaction again, and I know they'll appreciate it. And so it is a big relief just knowing that their quality of life will be greatly improved. Social isolation, this will benefit that immensely.
The state health department is asking providers to talk with residents to help designate a caregiver. Policies must be set in place no later than July 25th.
It's now 8 minutes before 7 o'clock. Let's get a check of our first alert weather day forecast with Lisa Green.
Good morning. Yes, today is going to be another active day. Unfortunately, we're looking at the threat for all types of severe weather yet again here today. This morning, pretty quiet. We've got a bustling morning here in Fargo on our Luther Family Ford Sky Cam, and the sun is out. But today is going to be one of those days where we're looking at a mix of some clouds and sunshine, and a lot of parts of the day may end up being a little more cloudy than sunny. Heading into the afternoon, that's when we're looking at the threat for severe weather starting to develop. First out west and then moving east through the day. So Fargo may see that by mid-afternoon, but if you're out west, it could be sooner than that. And again, we want to make sure that you stay weather aware here today. Here's a current look at the situation. We've got some mostly cloudy to some partly cloudy skies for much of the valley. We do have that rain still ongoing in northeastern North Dakota. No current lightning strikes, so no thunderstorms at the moment, but good little downpours moving through some of our communities up north. And temperatures right now into the 60s to 70. It's 68 degrees in Fargo and in Grand Forks. Hallock is at 70 degrees. And in contrast, Badette at 60 degrees right now. So today, we're talking about that chance for severe weather starting this afternoon. Again, it could be as early as lunch, that lunch hour out west, and then marching eastward from there. And this continues into the evening hours, eventually ending, I would say, closer to sunset and not necessarily being an overnight event. But during that threat for severe weather, we've got the possibility for a few tornadoes. So again, stay weather aware. Check that Valley News Live weather app. Make sure that you have your alerts turned on where you happen to be so that you can get those in case there's any warnings. Large hail up to 2 inches in diameter, high winds possible up to 75 miles per hour, and flooding is possible, especially in those areas that are waterlogged. We're looking at an inch, maybe 2 inches of rain in some spots with this round yet again, with that slight risk in yellow on the map there. So Red River Valley and east is the focus, though our eastern North Dakota counties need to stay vigilant as well. This ends again tonight. Tuesday, we quiet things down. We have a couple of quieter days and then more storms possible toward the end of the week. Let's check in now with Devin for the Valley Today's traffic on the move.
Thanks, Lisa. We were hoping to end this our morning drive for this hour on I-29 heading south toward South Dakota. But overall, the traffic flow this morning, it's been pretty light. We're going to get a good look at the interstates now. We were hanging out a lot on the north side of Fargo this morning, kind of seeing how traffic flow is evolving. We know there's a laundry list of lane closures there in the north side. Downtown, they added a new one this morning. 4th Avenue North is closed from 5th Street to Broadway in the westbound lanes as they work on some underground utility work there. But otherwise, that's the only lane closure going into effect this morning, and it's a pretty small stretch of roadway, so really shouldn't be interrupting your morning drive. But you can see what I was talking about here on the interstates. Once we get past the sun, there we go. The traffic flow, it's been pretty scattered this morning. Now, there are more vehicles out here on the roadways than we normally get at this time on a Monday morning, but everyone is pretty spread out and going about the same speed, all going about the speed limit here, so it's creating a pretty ideal situation. We're going to keep checking out these roadways, but for now, for your traffic on the move, I'm Devin Fry.
Minnesota state lawmakers are heading back to St. Paul today for their second special session of the summer. Their first try in June didn't result in any major legislation being passed.
Governor Tim Walz is pushing for police reform and accountability, as well as a bonding bill. The Republican majority in the Minnesota Senate is likely to call for another vote to end the governor's peacetime emergency powers. But like in the June special session, the DFL majority in the Minnesota House is unlikely to support such a measure, which would require approval by both houses. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension is investigating an officer-involved shooting in the Minneapolis suburb of Robbinsdale. Police say they were called about a suicidal person with a gun late Saturday. Officers tried repeatedly to contact the man from outside the home.
They say he then came out of the home with a gun and was shot when he ignored commands to stop as he moved toward the officers. The man's brother says that the suspect was shot several times as he pointed his gun at his own head. The family says he is currently in critical condition. Moorhead police are asking for information about a disturbance Saturday night. Police responded to the Casey's General Store on 30th Avenue South around 11:30, and they found an injured man.
Police say multiple suspects and witnesses left the area before officers arrived. If you have any information, you should contact Moorhead Police. A Gofundme page for the man killed in the Otter County tornado last week has busted its goal by a long shot. 30-year-old Seth Nelson died when an EF4 tornado touched down near Dalton, Minnesota last Wednesday.
Friends were hoping to raise $10,000 for his wife and 4 kids, but our last check showed that people have donated more than $56,000. The money will go toward funeral costs and living expenses for the family. For many, it's hard to believe that the 2020 fall semester, it's almost here. Did summer even happen yet? I don't know what's going on.
Blink your eyes and it's almost over.
It sure is. But school supplies, they're back on store shelves, and everyone's been talking about what that upcoming school year is going to look like.
Although things are going to look different with COVID-19, United Way of Cast Clay is trying to keep children prepared. The Valley Today's Kelly Hubbard joins us live this morning on this year's goals and how they're partnering with school districts. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning, Lisa and Jordan. The goal this year is to help 6,000 children feel prepared for the fall semester. I am here with Christy Huber, the president and CEO of United Way, and Curtis with Corwin Automotive. And he's here to tell us, I heard that you guys gave a very generous donation. Tell us a little bit about that and why you guys are so passionate about the school supply drive.
Absolutely, and good morning. I'm excited to be here. This is such a great charity, such a great opportunity to help the community. And first of all, the Corwin Automotive Group, we do a ton of research. We, obviously we get hit up a lot by all kinds of different charities out there, and we did a lot of research, and this program is absolutely unbelievable. Like you said, the Corwin Automotive Group donated over $20,000 to help out the school supply drive with United Way. So it's just just another great opportunity for us to get involved with the community. And listening to Christina earlier, it was just such a great, it's amazing what these backpacks do for the community. So I know we donated $20,000, and like we were talking, we're reaching out to a lot of other businesses that are out there that can step up, and this can go such a very long way. And I know, Christina, you were talking earlier about, these children, when they get handed the backpacks, their reactions, they hug their backpack, they get down on their knees. It's such an amazing thing, and I like to kind of give it to you a little bit of what these backpacks do for the community and how, the $20, how far that can go to help these children out.
Absolutely. It's amazing to see how the kids in the community, how they're impacted, how they were prepared to succeed, thanks to Corwin Automotive Group.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll have all the details on our website.
Thank you, Kelly. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Today's question, almost 12% of Americans keep this on their fridge.
The answer is their bills. You got to remember to pay it, although I like the fly swatter guess because that's absolutely...
That's where I keep mine.
I think that's where everyone keeps theirs. But the Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. We'll have more live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up for you on the Fargo CW. Have a great